Let's go for a ride downtown St. George, Utah.
Okay, so Courtney, we're going on the only roundabout in all of St. George.
Sean is being facetious. This is one of many roundabouts, and this happens to be 00 on the grid system here in St. George, Utah. The way that the addresses are is everything's like a little grid, and this is 0.0. This is 00. This Iron Man statue. Sean will go around the roundabout, and then you can see.
Although we might be going around in such a way that we actually can't see it. But this roundabout is literally 00. So what's funny is that you will get very confused by the addresses here if you're not used to the grid system.
So Sean keeps going round and round in the roundabouts, which sometimes happens. So now we're going down Main Street, passing some of the cute little shops and stuff that are here in Main Street, and then we're just going to go up the street, go by Ancestor Square, which has a lot of restaurants and stuff. The Avenir to our left, that's the brown little hotel right there. That's a boutique hotel. It opened a few years ago. It's got a nice little restaurant in there.
A little bar.
Wood Ash Rye, with a little restaurant and bar. And then just to our left is George's Corner. That's a popular restaurant and bar. There's another bar to the left of George's Corner. There's a lot of little restaurants. So over in Ancestor Square,
you got the Painted Pony, which is, so there's some also restaurants here too. And Benjatai Sushi's here. It's actually, so it's Thai and Japanese. Actually, it's pretty good. It's not too shabby.
Oh, and then to our right is the Zion Brewery, Station 2. So yeah, there's like, obviously St. George is a small town, but we do have a little downtown with some bars and restaurants, and it's
roundabouts.
And roundabouts. Here's another roundabout.
So before we continue, I'm Sean Dezad.
And I'm Courtney Dezad, and we are licensed real estate agents here in the state of Utah. And if you are thinking about moving out here to St. George, Utah, call or text that number right there, and a member of our team will reach out to you and get you started on finding that perfect property for you. We work with a team that has worked here in the St. George, Utah region for 40 years, so they have lots and lots of experience to get you started on finding that perfect property. So call or text that number right there. Oh, and then this little statue to the left, that went up like a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't even know something.
Yeah. Yeah, when I was out driving around with our business partner, Sue, she had to show me that. She was like, I have to come show you this.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't even notice it before.
Yeah, and you can see that obviously the homes around here much older. St. George is known for new construction, but the homes in downtown, many of them are older. They have like
no associations.
No associations, yes. They have porches and kind of gives you like an old town vibe, right? And
they have roundabouts.
Another roundabout.
Now this is unusual. We don't have this many roundabouts, but St. George has a few.
Well, I think it's just not only St. George, but like Nevada and Arizona.
Yeah.
So we're just going to head back down Main Street again, and then we'll show you some of
Town Square Park?
Yeah, like we'll show you Town Square Park.
The Children's Museum.
The Children's Museum, and then some of the homes and stuff and the streets around. So now you can see that the trees are starting to bloom. It's finally getting a little bit hotter. I feel like they don't really know what's happening right now because it's been so cold for so long.
Yeah, it's been a cold, wet winter, which is highly unusual.
Yes, very highly unusual. Yeah, last week it actually snowed, and then today it's supposed to be
91.
Close to 91 degrees. So, yes, I think everyone's happy that it's warming up.
That is a cool statue, actually.
Yes, it's an interesting statue.
So yeah, like this is kind of what you think of a typical downtown, right? Like you got Main Street, you got older homes. You just have a bunch of restaurants. You have a brewery. You have some bars. Again, which we have to talk about as far as bars go. So like Utah is a dry state, so that's just everyone knows what that is. And basically, what you have it here is that there's only specific establishments where you can actually get harder alcohol. Like you can get beer pretty much anywhere, but it's just more the harder stuff. Like even wine is actually not prolific as far as like all the restaurants offering it.
Yeah, well, actually, you can't even buy wine at the grocery store. Anything above 5%, you have to go to the state liquor stores.
Exactly, or you go to Mesquite.
Or you go to Mesquite, which is about 45 minutes away in Nevada.
But yeah, so like when Courtney was mentioning George's Corner, there's a few places. So downtown has a few actually establishments where you can, we can go to a proper bar and that kind of stuff if that's what you're looking to do.
Yes.
And then here, obviously, you got your banks. You got Bear Claw. Okay, Bear Paw. So this place, their French toast is ridiculous. Like if you're looking for a good little breakfast place, Bear Paw is the place to go.
Yeah. Oh, now you can start. So now we're heading back to 00, and you can see the statue, the Iron Man statue.
And why would they have the Iron Man statue, Courtney?
Yes, because Utah was the first state other than Hawaii to host the Ironman World Championship.
And not just Utah, St. George.
Yes, St. George. Now, actually, they're changing it. Not that anyone cares. I mean, we used to work in the triathlon industry, so I actually know about this stuff. But now the World Championships is going to be moving from Hawaii to different places around the world. So Utah was the first. They started off. We did it. Okay, so here's Town Square Park.
Yeah, really cute park for the holiday festivities and that stuff. And obviously on a warm day, you have this fountain going on with the kids having fun with it. You have the Children's Museum. Their New Year's thing is pretty crazy, actually. Like it literally, obviously it's not midnight, right? But they make it seem like it's midnight, even though it's midday. And they have the balloon drop and all this stuff. It was a pretty cool experience. And again, it's just like a fun thing if you have kids, younger kids. Our kids are starting to get a little bit older for that.
Yeah, I don't think they would fall for that now.
Yeah, for sure.
No. Yeah, they make New Year's happen at 12 p.m.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
At noon. At high noon.
At high noon. And they're like, yay, it's New Year's.
Yeah, and Courtney loves downtown because, again, obviously some of these homes are really old, and then over time, people have added another story to them, restored them. They've done a bunch of different things to them, so you have some really cute homes.
Yes.
And so if that's something you're looking for, again, maybe you don't want the brand new construction, or maybe you do. That's why you reach out to us, so that way we can kind of direct you where to go and how close you want to be to where everything is.
Yeah, because you can see these. There's a lot of homes around here. They have a cute charm to them, right? But some of them are more kept up than others. You can see that some people have bought and are now completely gutting and refurbishing them. Like this one right here, that one looks like they totally redid it. So this one right here, you can see.
Yeah, they're working on something.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So because obviously we don't come here literally every day, so I'm seeing. Oh yeah. So this one has totally been redone. That one, I remember when that one was completely Yeah, so obviously wider streets down here. We can go by where the farmer's market is.
Oh yeah.
So we have a year-round farmer's market. Some weekends they don't have it. If the Ironman's going on, they're not going to have it that weekend. And they do take a little break over the holidays. But yeah, they've got a little farmer's market. So we're just showing you around just some of the older homes around here.
Yeah, and again, some of these homes are obviously beat up too. So
yeah.
If you're handy and you're interested in a project, you can find some stuff here for sure. That's if that's something that you're looking for. Or obviously some people have restored their home, restored these homes and done that work for you, and to get a nice, cute older home that's in beautiful shape. Yeah, so downtown you also have have a decent amount of parks actually, which is pretty cool.
Oh yeah, and we can go by Utah Tech, because Utah Tech is downtown as well.
Yeah, well, literally. Right there.
I'm seeing it right now. So so here's the park. Here's Vernon Worthen Park.
So yes, this is where they host the
farmers market. Yes, the farmers market. Mostly every Saturday. Obviously, some Saturdays. If you follow them on Instagram, they're very good about posting if there's going to be a weekend that they don't have something going on.
Yeah, and some vendors of particular note that are really cool, like that, the Red Acre Farms. It's they're pretty cool. They have some fantastic bread. Actually, it's too good.
It's too good.
Let's just be real.
Yeah.
there's this cheese sourdough bread that's ridiculously good, and it's healthy, right? Because it's freshly made. But when you eat a loaf of it, it's not so healthy anymore. So
yeah, that's why I actually don't buy it, because I end up eating it all in 2 days.
It's really honestly that cheese sourdough is ridiculous. man, it's so good. So yeah, so Red Acre Farms is really.
Here's another house. Somebody just totally redid that house.
Yeah. So yeah, you definitely see like there's a lot of
way.
like variation here, right? This is definitely not suburbia in the sense that you're having track homes or anything like that. These are all different setups altogether.
Yeah. Oh, so you look this house. It looks like they're totally redoing this house too.
Yeah, it looks like actually made a lot of progress on it, doesn't it?
Yeah, maybe a couple months since I've been down here actually looking at the houses, and so actually it looks like there's been people have been doing a lot of work.
Been doing some stuff.
So before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, because not only do we do driving tours, but we do vlog tours as well, because we really want to get our boots on the ground so that you can see what the area here in St. George, Utah is actually like. We're doing the research for you so you don't have to, so you can get the feel and the vibe of this area, because the worst thing that could happen is that you could come out here to St. George and it could be totally different than what you're thinking, and you could move here and then you could think, why did I move here? I don't like it. So that's what these videos are for, to help you get an idea of what it's really like to live here in St. George, Utah. Yeah, so we're gonna head down, show you Utah Tech, and then we'll show you St. George Boulevard, which has a lot of shops and stuff. Yeah, so just gonna be heading to Utah Tech.
And the two edges of downtown are like Bluff Street as well as the 15 freeway, really. I mean, I'll say that those are the two main boundaries. So again, what do you think of a lot of downtown? Like, do you have actually some homes? It's kind of fun. Like, again, it's if you're used to suburbia, it's kind of weird to see homes interspersed with retail establishments, but that's just kind of how it goes.
Yeah, it's kind of just like the original town, right? Where how they initially settled.
And it's so funny because it's so different than how you think of, like, again, a lot of the other like master plan communities in the St. George region.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely organic growth, right? It's not planned growth.
No, definitely not planned. And so, yeah, so we're just about to approach Utah Tech. And so, if you're looking for bang for your buck, Utah Tech is pretty fantastic, especially if you're a resident of Utah.
Yeah, I mean, the prices for what you get, and they have really small class sizes too, and they have one really cool thing that they have is they have a lot of like continuing education classes. So like anyone can take them. They can take like cooking classes or like history. I think it was like history of Portuguese cooking or something like that. I mean, they've got, and then I was like estate planning, a class on estate planning. There's so much continuing education that anyone could take, and I was just looking at some of the offered classes and I was like, wow, that's a lot of interesting stuff.
Yeah, so to your left, so this is Utah Tech right here. So this is, again, it's not a massive campus.
No.
Because actually this used to be a junior college back then. It did,
yeah.
And then they turned it into a 4-year. And yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, again, pricing is pretty cool, and also Utah Tech is integrated too with a lot of the high schools here too, where you like some high school students will actually come to Utah Tech for some extra education. Yeah,
like there's certain high schools here where you can actually get your AA while you finish high school. So you're done with high school and then you're already done with 2 years of college. So
yeah, so you got your JC out of the way. So now you're going to a 4-year, but only paying 2 years. What a deal!
Seriously, that is nice.
And given how expensive universities are now, that is crazy. And honestly, this is like a good school.
Yeah.
Price is great. And again, love the fact that if you're actually planning ahead and you're having your kids, if you have kids, like going to high school and getting their AA, like by the time they're getting their college, I mean their high school degree.
Yeah, and it's always adding new programs too. I mean, it's a growing school. It's I just think it just shows how this particular region of Utah is growing so much. There's a lot of growth here, and the university is an example of that. Yeah, and they have a
football stadium here. They actually just this is pretty much brand new.
Yeah, they just built it. Yeah.
Yeah, at least part of the stands and stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So this is just a little branch of the Intermountain Healthcare that is here. So the St. George Regional Hospital is also, basically downtown.
I wouldn't call it downtown. That's like on the other side of 15 freeway, but it's super close. Yeah,
it's super close. But so the Intermountain Healthcare is a very highly ranked healthcare system here. It's not only in Utah. It's in Utah and Nevada and Idaho, I think, is also where it is. But yeah, Yes, and so the St. George Regional Hospital is very highly ranked according to U.S. News and World Report.
Is it number 2 in the state of Utah?
Yeah, number 2 out of all hospitals in the entire state of Utah. So, yeah, it's got some really good medical programs, really good doctors. So if healthcare is something that is important to you, St. George has got you covered when it comes to healthcare.
Yeah, it's actually, again, when you drive by it, and we'll probably make a cut in some B-roll, actually, of it, right?
Yeah.
Because what's cool about this thing is that it does not, again, Washington County is about 200,000 people, so it's not a big, mega metropolis or anything like that. However, this hospital feels like it's out of place because of how, it's again an impressive building. I mean, it's pretty big, and again, the beauty is beyond skin deep. Like actually, like Courtney was saying, it's ranked really highly too.
And after more technical difficulties, here we are on Bluff Street, which is a commercial thoroughfare on the western side of downtown St. George, Utah.
Yeah, so these driving tours that we're doing, they're in addition to the vlog tours that we do, which were more just out of the car, boots on the ground. Oh, and before we continue, that's the Red Rock Bicycle Company, really popular company for all of the, outdoorsy stuff that people love to do around here.
E-bikes,
you can do e-bikes in Zion. We were actually just in Zion. Beautiful time of the year right now to be doing stuff outside.
And then to our right, it's Smith's grocery store. So basically, this is a Kroger store. So I think that depending on where you are in the country, they have different names. Like in California, it's Ralph's or whatever. So
yeah, it's
just one of those things where it's a good in your normal supermarket.
Yeah. Okay. So now we're turning onto St. George Boulevard.
And there's an Ace Hardware, just so you know. So that obviously we do have, of course, our Home Depots and Lowe's and that kind of stuff. But Ace Hardware's right here too.
Yeah, and the Desert Rat Camp, Hike, Climb. Again, if you come down here to downtown, you'll see all these things. Talking about outdoorsy stuff to do, because that's why people come out here to Utah, because the outdoors are awesome out here in Utah when it comes to outdoors.
Yeah, and this is St. George Boulevard right here, and this is just a major artery. This will actually feed you into the 15 freeway, and obviously they were like right within downtown. Swig, this is a very flavored soda
Yeah.
is a thing here.
Yes.
I don't quite understand it, but maybe that's just one of those things where, so if you're wanting flavored soda and, you don't want to have your typical Coca-Cola or Fanta or something like that.
Although you can buy that there.
Yeah, I'm saying, but if you want something more.
Yeah. I
want more than this.
Yes.
So that's where you would go with Swig. And there's, several other kinds like that.
And you can get a psychic reading.
Oh, there's always that.
Yeah. I feel like in every downtown, every city, no matter where you are, there will be a psychic.
Now, do they know we're going to come in before we come in?
I don't believe they do. Okay, and then Ancestor Square, I know we were talking about it before, is on our left. So yeah, Ancestor Square, again with lots of different restaurants.
And you love this.
Oh yes, so
Urban Renewal.
No, not Urban Renewal. Reclaimed. So there's a little store, Reclaimed.
Oh, this one, yeah.
Yes. Oh, I love that store. Yeah, we bought a dresser there. Yes, I love that store.
And we donated a dresser.
Yes, we donated a dresser.
And they made it look much nicer. We're wanting to buy it back.
Yeah. But we didn't have room. Yes, but she made it look awesome. Yeah, the woman who owns that store, she does some really nice stuff.
She's what, chalk paint?
She does chalk paint.
So this is really durable paint, and you put this waxy sealant on it.
Yeah.
And basically just kind of gives it a funky new look. So and again, she made our old dresser look really cool.
Yeah.
Courtney was willing to pay her premium, but.
And she sold it for a premium. That thing sold fast.
Did it sell?
Yeah, it sold fast.
And then there's cars that are going really slow up in the driveway, but that's how it goes sometimes. Yeah. And then, actually, we're going to be approaching a couple really cool, establishments. So one is Nielsen's.
Yes, Nielsen's Frozen Custard.
Yeah, they're, renowned. They're super...
Yes.
There's a whole thing of frozen custard. We should talk about that, too. It's kind of like a Dairy Queen Blizzard. I guess it's the closest thing I could relate to what a frozen custard is.
But it's so much better.
I'm just saying, obviously, that's kind of what... And then Rock Taco just opened too.
So Nielsen's Frozen Custard, that place is always a madhouse.
Yes. And then actually at the end of this, right before you get on the 15 freeway, is Sakura.
Yeah, Sakura, that is a Japanese restaurant, kind of like if you've ever heard of Benihana's. Oh, and Pink Box, that opened just recently too. You may see this theme that we keep saying about just opened.
Yeah, things are just happening.
Yeah, well, St. George is growing, everywhere you look, there's a new store opening, a new house that's being built, a new something.
Or a restaurant that moved from a smaller place to a bigger place. Like, you know,
Yeah.
Sakura actually was in a smaller building just down this road, and now they open, and it's a pretty large building they opened into.
Yeah.
So you may be thinking, Sean, okay, I love St. George, I love the Red Rocks, I just love this area, but I'm not in the area. I don't really know anything about how, you know, all the different neighborhoods and where to even start. So what do I do? And I totally get that. That's why you want to give us a call, shoot us a text, so we can have that conversation to really find that perfect home for you.
Yes, and we work with a team that has been working here in St. George region for over 40 years, so they have you covered when it comes to finding that perfect property for you.